Hello, sports fans all around the world and around YouTube. I'm Harry James Taylor, and today we're going to break down the two divisions in the ACC conference. And before we do that, I'm not sure if I did this when I broke down the Big East. In fact, I know I didn't, at least on the video part of it. So I'll let you know that the rankings that I have for these teams, when I say the rankings in front of their names, are not mine. They are due to a preseason poll that was taken from ESPN Top 20. So, TV show. And it's going to keep on appearing. So, if you want to watch it, watch it. As far as from what I know about the divisions, there are two divisions. There's the Atlantic Division and the Coastal Division. The Atlantic Division consists of the Boston College Eagles, the 18th ranked Clemson Tigers, who I think is going to win the conference, along with 7th ranked Florida State, the Maryland Terrapins, North Carolina State, and the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. The other half of the coastal side of the division, they're held down by the Duke Blue Devils, followed by the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, the Miami Hurricanes, the North Carolina Tar Heels, the Virginia Cavaliers, and the 19th ranked Virginia Tech Hokies. And I think that Virginia Tech is going to win that half of the division. Now, the reason why I think that each team's going to win their half of the division, I think the Coastal Division belongs to Virginia Tech for a couple of reasons. Most importantly, because I think that they get their toughest match with them in Georgia Tech early in the season. I do believe first or second game of the season at Georgia Tech, but they're able to kind of plan and prepare for that game and the option that Georgia Tech runs. Clemson, I think that their biggest threat is going to be Florida State. And I think that Florida State doesn't have a quarterback coming back. And Clemson does. Taj Boyd, of course, is that quarterback. And I really think that our boy from OU, Boomer Sooner, there it is right there, Brent Venables, is going to help that team do a lot. D1 non-conference opponents for the ACC. Starts off in week 1. There's 2 of them. I guess first should be North Carolina State and Tennessee will meet. From the SEC of Tennessee. They'll meet in the Georgia Dome. Followed by my favorite to win this division in the ACC. Also week 1, by the way. My favorite to win the ACC. 18th ranked Clemson will play Auburn from the SEC, also in the Georgia Dome. That will be week 1. Week number 2, dudes and dudettes. Duke and Stanford will play at Stanford. This will be a great basketball matchup, but it's football, so I really think Stanford's just going to take and walk away with this thing, but you never know. Following them on week 2, you'll have the Miami Hurricanes coming to our bunch in the Big 12 with 13th ranked Kansas State in Manhattan at number 13 Kansas State. Penn State will play at Virginia from the Big 10. Will play at Virginia. All those games will happen week 2. Moving on to week 3. The University of North Carolina will be at Louisville. Also, 19th ranked, and my favorite to win the coastal half of this division, Virginia Tech, will be at Pittsburgh. Maryland will be at number 11 and new Big 12 foe, West Virginia. And regular Virginia out of the ACC will be at 14th ranked and new Big 12 favorite TCU. Week 5, you'll see Big East champion, in my opinion, South Florida, at number 7, Florida State. Also that same weekend, Cincinnati from the Big East and the University of Virginia from the Atlantic Coastal Division of the ACC will play at FedEx Field, the home of the Washington Redskins. Skip down to week 6. Miami and Notre Dame. They're going to butt heads again as that rivalry reconnects. It will take place at Soldier Field, the home of the Chicago Bears. They will go into conference play for the next few weeks. They'll go back out of conference play for week 9. Brigham Young and Georgia Tech will butt heads. Down to the 11th week, number 24th ranked Notre Dame of the Independent League will face Boston College Eagles. The following week, week 12, Wake Forest will be at 24th ranked Notre Dame from the Independent League, as well as another game will happen. South Florida will be at Miami. The U, as some call them. 13th week now, the South Carolina Gamecocks, 8th ranked in the country, according to ESPN, will face my favorite in the Atlantic side of the division, 6th ranked and 18th ranked Clemson. The Tigers. Next week, the next game on the list for week 13 will be Florida State, and they will be hosting out of the ACC, and they will host number 25 Florida. Oh, 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 oh. So you guys know about that. Vanderbilt, as some may know them, from the SEC, they will head up against ACC favorite Florida State, or Wake Forest, I should say, Wake Forest. The Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, and they are in town, and they will be hosted by the SEC favorite Georgia. Of course, week 14 will have the championship game, Clemson and Georgia Tech, or Virginia Tech, I should say. Wow, I have to make a pick here, don't I? I'm just going to go ahead and go with Clemson. Georgia Tech doesn't have a quarterback coming back, and I think the Venables is just going to help them win another conference, another division. So there you go. ACC breakdown. Clemson, Virginia Tech. Clemson gets the invite to the BCS for the 2nd consecutive year. I am out. Thanks for watching, and as always, Boomer Sooner.